Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody's doing well. Today's video I am unboxing and reviewing some gel polishes BornPretty just sent me. And I'm going to create some nail designs with these on some full cover tips. So I cannot wait to get these open and share these with you guys. Now I went ahead and took everything out of the packaging. As you can see, BornPretty packages their products very well when they ship them out to you. Now this is a 6-piece gel polish set. Look at those beautiful colors. You can see them through the display window. These are 10 milliliter bottles or 0.34 fluid ounces. So these are decent sized bottles. Their products always come with some set of instructions. These are going to give you tips on how to get your nails to last longer, how to prep your nails, how to apply the products, how to remove it, even some tips on how to apply magnetic nail products. So here is all 6 of them already out of the package. I've got them lined up in order. They're numbered to BPMC01 through BPMC06. So I'm going to go through and open each one of these and show you how beautiful the color is. I've already shaken these bottles up. I'm not going to waste any swatch sticks on this video. I'm going to be using all 6 of these gels in this nail set today, but look how beautifully bright these colors are. These are going to be great for springtime, Easter holidays, St. Patrick's Day. These are going to be good into the summer, especially with spring and summer nights. The nice thing about these is these colors really glow under a UV light or a black light, so you're really going to have some fun with these types of colors. So we have that beautiful green, that beautiful yellow, the orange. Next, we're going to get into my favorite color in this set. This pink is so bright and vivid, y'all. I cannot wait to use it. I was looking at it, was like, oh yes, I am so in with this pink. This gorgeous blue color, check that out. I love it. Now, I love the consistency in these gels. These are definitely a 2-coat full coverage gel. I know they look very opaque, but they definitely are going to need a second coat of application. But I loved working with their products. These have no odor to them, which is also amazing. I love the fact they have no odor. And here I am showing you again, this is a 10 milliliter 0.34 fluid ounce bottle. So you're going to get quite a bit of use out of each one of these. Now, I was excited by this full set, so I'm going to go ahead and actually, like I said, use each one of these colors in this set of full cover tips today, because I was inspired by these colors to create something specific. So, and definitely out of the box, this is definitely going to be a different set of nails. So I do have my full cover stiletto tips out. Before I start to create any designs over these full cover tips, I'm going to go ahead and do an overlay of a builder gel on top of these. I'm going to do that so I get some added strength in the nail. I'm also going to do that so I get some coverage in the places where I don't want the nail to be clear. You're going to see as we go along. I'm going to go through and do a thin, even layer on all of these nails. Then once I'm done, I'm going to flip these over for about 10-15 seconds, let everything level back to the center. Then I'm going to stick them in the lamp and cure them for 60 seconds. That's all I am going to need. That way I can go ahead and move on. I'm also not going to be removing the tacky layer from any of the nails. That way I get better adhesion when I go over top to start doing my nail designs. Also, I am not going to be doing any repeating. So if I create the same nail design on more than one nail, I'm not going to show that on camera because there's really no point in repeating that. I'm going to show you the steps I took to get that look, even if I use different colors. So we're going to skip through. This is a full set of nails. There is 10 nails going to be done in this video today, but I'm only going to show you the designs that I create the first time that I create them. That's going to save some time for you guys, and you're going to be able to get to that finished look a little bit quicker. And I'm also going to be showing you 4 different ways that you can accomplish a paint splatter look. Just 4 different ones. There are multiple other ways that you can create similar looks, but I'm just going to be showing you guys 4 different ones in today's video. Now here are the full cover tips after that full cure of 60 seconds in the lamp. And I'm not doing these in any particular order. I'm actually going in with the index finger first because I really wanted to dive right into this gorgeous pink gel. So I'm creating a deep French with this, and I'm using two different colors. I'm going to use this gorgeous pink, of course, absolutely stunning. I'm also going to use that beautiful green because those colors really complement each other very well, and they also kind of give it a little bit more of an effect around the edges because of the way the colors interact with each other. I'm going to be wrapping the pink around the side of the nail first, and then I'm going to stick that in the lamp and cure that for 60 seconds. Then I'm going to come back in and counterbalance the other side with that beautiful green. Then I'm also going to cure that again because I'm going to be using these colors to accent both sides in opposite. So I'm going to put the pink down, then we put the green. I'm going to have that cured. I'm going to come in and take the pink and outline around the green, green outline around the pink, and that's really going to help the nail pop really well. I'm also going to be recreating this exact same design on the ring finger as well as the thumb and pinky finger of the other hand. So I'm not going to repeat this nail design. I am going to just do this again with some different colors. I'm not going to be 100% done with these nails once I do this, though. I am going to do more to these nails to really make them just extra crazy, as you're going to see as we go on. But here I am going in and filling in with that green, and these colors just work very beautifully together. You would think that they wouldn't, but the second you put them together on the nail, they just really make it pop. So I'm almost done applying the green. It doesn't take as long because it's not as much product. Get everything nice and balanced and cured. Make sure everything is even on both sides. Then I can go ahead and start to add in my border. I'm going to go in with the pink first. Take that along the outside of the green to make sure I get that all the way up as high as I want that to go. Then I can go over that again until I have a nice even clean line. Then I can go ahead over to the other side and do the green over top of the pink. It's going to give it the effect like the colors are wrapping over top of each other. And I love this type of design. It's nice and simple, and you have a nice deep V, so you're going to have a nice open space on the nail bed to still do something else to it if you want to add on to the design. If you want to go in and bling the nail out, you're going to have a nice perfect open space, or you can leave it alone and have a nice deep V Frenchie on the nail, and it's still very, very beautiful. But I love this balance of it, and it has a nice perfect V going deep into the nail. As you can see, once I flip it over when I'm done, I'm gonna have a nice balanced nail. So very, very simple, very easy, very pretty. And I like to use colors that really pop well together. Look at this beautiful green and pink together. They just really pop. So I've created a nice V shape in the nail, nice deep V, and this is a beautiful design by itself. Now this is what the index finger looks like, and this is what the ring finger looks like as comparison, to show you this is what the design is that we're going to recreate several times. So next I'm going to start on the middle finger on the same hand, and I'm going to be doing my first paint splatter. And guys, it's probably going to be looking like some cat paws or puppy paws when I first get started, but trust the process, okay? It's going to make sense when we get done with it. So I'm going in with a bigger dotting tool, creating a odd center. It doesn't need to be perfectly shaped. Then I'm going to go in with a smaller dotting tool and create some dots of paint on them around the outside where the paint splattered outward after it dropped onto the nail. And then I'm going to go in with a mini striper brush or a detailer brush, and I'm going to draw that paint inward to the center from those outer dots, or you could do it the other way around. You can go from the inside to the outside. It's entirely up to you. And I may go in and fill in any spots where I think there needs to be some more paint splatter. So I love this design. I think this is super cute. This is super fun. This is a great set for a youth. This is a great set to have on your nails. If you're going to go do paintball, why not have some paintball themed nails on your nails when you go to paintball? You know, just make it that much extra, right? So when I finish with the first paint splatter, I actually flash cure that in the light for 10 to 30 seconds. And the reason I do that is because I don't want that gel polish to continue to self-level outward and turn my paint splatter into a blob. Now you can go through and do all of them on the nail and then cure it, or you can flash cure it in between. It's entirely up to preference. I don't recommend putting it in the lamp over and over again for a full 60-second cure, but you can put it in there and do a nice flash cure, or you can use a mini light to do a quick flash cure as well. It's entirely up to you. So I'm going to go in and do my second paint splatter. I'm going to use that pink. That pink really pops on the nail. And as y'all already know, I am loving this pink. It looks beautiful with all the colors in this palette. It just really does. And, you know, when I looked at it, I decided I wanted to incorporate all the colors in this palette. I had this, you know, design in mind, and I just brought it to life. And I think it's really crazy and unique, but I'm absolutely loving this set of nails, y'all. You will see at the end, I'm in love with these. So I'm going in and doing the same thing with the pink. And then I'm going to do one last paint splatter. I'm going to use the orange in the set. It's a very, very beautiful orange. Definitely a beautiful orange. And I'm trying to keep my paint splatters too from looking identical. I don't want them to look identical because paint splatters don't look identical. They're all unique. And I think that's very, very beautiful about them. Now, when I get done doing all my paint splatters, I am going to go in with my smallest dotting tool and take a little bit of each color and add some random little specks of color where it just splattered outward, and you get those little color specks everywhere. I'm going to add those as well. Once I get finished with the entire nail, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the lamp and cure this for 60 seconds. And I meant to mention earlier when I showed you guys those deep Frenches, I am not finishing out any of these nails. All of these nails are going to get a matte top coat when I'm completely done with them to finish out the look. And the reason I'm doing a matte top coat is the colors are so bright that when you put a glossy top coat on them, the light reflects off of them and it's hard to see the designs. It really is. Now, you can see them perfectly to the naked eye, but for you guys on camera, you definitely needed them matte to be able to see this look completely come together because the colors are just so bright. And the cameras don't like the bright colors. I'm going to tell y'all, they really do not like those bright neon colors. But they are gorgeous. They're gorgeous. So anyway, yeah, I'm almost done. I'm going in and adding those last little final touches on that nail. This is my favorite nail. I'll be honest with y'all, the entire set. This one was my favorite nail because I just love the little paint splatters and going in and adding those last little details. So it's turned out really, really super cute. I love all the nails in this set, but this one, I just love it. I think it's so super cute. So this is what it looks like fully cured. It is so super cute. Okay, so it's time to move on. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the pinky nail on this hand. So for the pinky nail, I'm bringing in this beautiful pink, and I'm going to get started on some paint drips because we have paint splatters everywhere at the paintball, but we also have paint dripping off surfaces. So I wanted to incorporate those nice drips into this nail design and decided to go ahead and do some of that in here in this pinky nail. Now I'm going to do something a little different. I'm actually going to do it from both perspectives. I'm going to do it from the outward perspective and the inward perspective. So I'm going to have the paint dripping down from the cuticle area of the nail, but I'm also going to have the paint dripping down from the free edge or the tip of the nail. That way, either way, if you're looking at it this way or you're looking at it that way, you can see that paint drip. So I thought that was so super cool. So paint drips are so super easy to do. I'm going ahead and put the paint at the top that's going to be dripping down, and I'm going in actually one way and showing you with the actual brush, taking a nice little dollop and putting it where I want the drip to end up at. That way I can kind of gauge how I want to do my drips. Then I can go in and start to draw that paint down towards those drips, or you can draw the paint down and go in and add that drip with a dotting tool. I'm going to do it two different ways, that way you guys can see. And I like to do it this way. It kind of has more of a natural paint drip feel because you drag that paint down into that dot and that dot stays there. And it kind of, as you're hanging the nail downward, it kind of gives it that drip effect. It kind of, gravity kind of pulls it down a little bit, and it kind of gives it that drip effect, and it feels a lot more natural. But paint drips are so easy to do. They don't have to be perfect, and you can put them every which way that you want to put them. If you're going to try to get the effect where you're wanting it to look like it's legitimately dripping down a surface, a nail, or whatever, you want to keep them all nice and even. You want, especially if there's a curvature to the nail, you want to be mindful of how they look. Flip it over and look at it from both sides so you can make sure those drips really look like they're dripping down the nail, and you'll get that drip effect, you know. So just taking that extra moment to kind of gauge that and see where it's at, and then going in and just giving it that rounded effect in the lines. So in between each drip line, you want to have some curvature there, because when paint drips, it drips with a curvature. It doesn't drip in a straight line, in a V shape. So if you add that curvature in there, it's going to give it more of a realistic feel. So when I get done doing the top set of drips, I will put this in the lamp and go ahead and flash cure this so it will be locked into place. I'm just going through and taking some of that excess gel paint from the top and just dragging it down a little bit, kind of putting a little bit of pressure to draw it down. It's going to make my drips at the end feel a lot more realistic. And like I said, flipping it over to double check it and make sure everything is looking well. And in the lamp, that's going to go. So now that I have locked my first set of drips into place by flash curing that, I flip the nail over, and you can do this on the full cover tip this way. You can do this on your client's hands by flipping that over, and you can create that drip effect from the opposite side. I like it from both perspectives, because whether you're looking at the hand or somebody else is looking at it, they can see that paint drip effect. Now this green is very, very beautiful against this pink. And now this pink in this set was the only color that really was leaning more towards the pastel side. Still a very beautiful pink. It has almost kind of a purpley tone to it, but it's still a very beautiful color. But it definitely was not as bright and vivid as the other colors in this 6-piece set, but still worked beautifully together with them. And I love the effect of this softer pink against this super bright green gel polish. So these drips on the bottom are going to be just a little bit different because I have a smaller space to work in. So I am going to be doing some paint dripping down the sides too as well, to really fill in that space and still get that drip effect. But it takes nowhere near as much time to do the bottom of the nail as it does the top. And this is what it's looking like. I'm going to go in and finish up, like I said, with a drip effect down the side of the nail. Then when I'm done with this one, I'm going to stick this in the lamp to cure this out for 60 seconds. This will be fully done, and I can set this aside until I'm ready to top coat these nails. But in the meantime, this is what this nail looks like completely done. I love these drips from both angles. It's so super cute. Of course, my camera did not want to focus, okay? So these next two nails, this is another technique for creating a paint splatter effect. I'm going to use a blending brush, a makeup blending brush, something you can get from a dollar store or something really cheap, doesn't matter. And I'm taking this extra paint from my palette, and I'm just going to lightly touch into the paint with just the very tip of the bristles as I'm showing you, just kind of lightly touching. If I need to gently remove any extra, I can. And I'm just going to alternate through the colors and rotate this brush until I get the coverage that I'm wanting on the very, very tips of the brush. When I get done doing this, I can clean this brush with alcohol. Worst case scenario, I can lightly dip the very tips of it in a little bit of acetone very quickly and then clean the brush off. You definitely do not want to soak a brush like this in acetone. It will be absolutely ruined. So now that I've got the gel polish in different places on the brush, I'm going to start lightly touching the surface of the nail and rotating the brush while I do it. So at first, you're not going to really be able to tell as much on camera what is going on, because the camera be playing tricks on y'all. Okay, because these colors are very, very bright and very vivid. So when I get done, I will pull the nail up to the camera so you can see the effect that it gets. But after it goes into the lamp and cures, the colors get even more intense, and then the matte top coat really brings them to life. So, but you will also be able to see better with the second nail. I don't know why the camera was throwing me some fits, but this is a really quick and easy way to get a paint splatter effect. And you just lightly touch the nail, twisting and alternating these colors, and make sure that you're not overworking this. Don't be putting a lot of pressure. Don't be going over the same spots over and over again, because you're going to muddy up your colors and you're going to end up with a nail that's completely covered. Now, check that out. That is so super cute. But as it gets in the lamp and it cures, and then that matte top coat hits it, that is going to completely change the way this nail is going to look. So I'm going to go in places where I think it needs just a little more color, where I might not have got the coverage I want. As you can see it a lot better from this angle. Once I'm satisfied with that, I will stick it in the lamp. But I can take my brush that still has tons of paint still on it, get just a little bit extra of certain colors that I might think that I need a little bit extra of, and I'm going to go ahead and start to do this second nail. So for the second nail, you can see it a lot clearer. The camera was doing us some justice this time around. And a nice thing about continuing on with that last little bit of paint in there is some of those colors will hit each other and kind of blend together a little bit. So that blue and that pink hit each other just a little bit, and you get to some little hints of purple in there, you know, get kind of just that effect. But I like this. You can also probably create an animal print, similar kind of design, using this same technique as well. But yeah, I'm just going to keep going over the nail, just very gently, barely touching it in spots with different colors. When those darker colors hit, like that blue or that pink, it really helps the entire design to pop. But that's, you know, that paint splatter effect looks really, really cool, and you could get it really, really quickly with something as easy as just a simple little blending tool. So to finish out the index finger and the ring finger, I went ahead, and while my brush was still wet, still needed to be cleaned, I went ahead and added that same paint splatter effect to her perfect little Frenchies, right? I'm not trying to say they're perfect like that, but you know what I mean. And so I'm going to go in and add that effect to those nails. Once I get that space filled in the way I want it, I'm going to go in with my cleanup brush and just a little isopropyl alcohol, and I'm going to clean up the places I didn't want the paint splatter to go. So if you want more of a realistic feel, you could just paint splatter randomly and leave it there. I wanted to keep my little Frenchies intact, so I went through with my cleanup brush and my isopropyl alcohol, and I just removed all that extra that got over onto my other design. Then I'm going to repeat this exact same thing on to my index finger, get that same effect on there. And once I'm done with those, I will stick them in the lamp to cure them for 60 seconds. That way I can get them ready to put that finished top coat on there, or matte top coat these. And I really, really love the way these turned out. So our next paint splatter design is actually a layer design. I'm going to be doing this on the thumbnail of the hand I've already been working on. And I'm also going to do it on the middle finger of the other hand. So I'm going to go through with my sponge and the excess paint that's left over on my palette from doing all my French tips. And then I am going to just lightly dab that in each color and randomly place that on the nail. This is going to give that layered paint splatter effect of the wall or the floor where the paint has been hitting it time and time and time and time again, and it has that paint layered splattered look. So that's going to create some dimension too. It may not be as apparent on camera, but in person, when you hit it with either a glossy or a matte top coat and you tilt the nail back and forth, you can see that dimension in layers. So you're going to create a layer, put it in the lamp and do a full cure on that. Bring it out of the lamp, do another layer, placing the color strategically so that it doesn't muddy up the design, because if you're not careful, you could end up with a really muddy looking design and really no definition in the paint splatter. So you just want to be mindful when you're creating that look. And when you're done, you're done. Like, don't keep on going. But it kind of has an airbrush paint splatter kind of effect to it, and it's really, really neat. So like I said, I'm going to go through and do that in layers, curing it in between. And once I'm satisfied with the way that looks, it's fully cured in the lamp, I'm going to set that aside so this nail can be matte top coated as well. Now, as far as the amount of layers that you put on the nail, that is entirely up to you. If you keep those layers nice and thin, you can build up some layers on there to get more and more dimension. I actually did this in 3 different layers. You can accomplish this look in 2 different layers. I definitely would use at least 2 different layers to really build up some dimension in the nail, but it's entirely up to you how you want to create that look. So here are the Frenchies from the other hand, the thumbnail and the pinky, and I'm going to go ahead and finish out these 2 nails and tie them to the other hand. And to do that, I decided I wanted to go in and incorporate those paint splatters again. So I'm going to go in that empty space on both of these Frenchies and do the exact same process all over again. I did want to show this to you guys in a video to show you, what I did, but I just went in with the dotting tools again and created that same effect. Went in there and placed them in random different places and made sure that my center wasn't perfectly round, and then went in there with my detail brush or mini striper brush and drew that paint out. Once I got done with that, I went ahead and cured those for 60 seconds, and they were completely finished and ready for that matte top coat. Now, I told you I wasn't going to be doing any repeating, but I did want to show this portion in the video for you guys so you can see what it was that I did to these other 2 nails. I did this with the green on this nail, and then on the pinky nail I went ahead and went in and did that with that super bright yellow. Another reason for adding the matte top coat, because it's really going to help those colors to pop. That way they don't get lost in the translation on the nail bed with it being such a bright color, and sometimes that can get washed out if you give it a glossy look. So another reason to matte top coat these nails. But like I said, I just wanted to share this portion with you and show you guys the finished result of both of these nails being done. So like I said, that was the process of finishing out the thumbnail and the pinky nail from the opposite hand. This is how they turned out before that matte top coat hit them, and I think these are so super cute. So to finish out this full set of nails, I'm going to take the index finger and the ring finger from the other hand, and I'm going to add some of those paint drips in there to tie this set together, because I had the paint splatter effect on both of those nails, but I also had that layered paint splatter effect over time on the middle finger. I wanted these 2 nails also to stand out and also tie it together with the other hand. So I'm going to use the pink to create a paint drip from the top on the index finger. Then I'm going to take that blue and I'm going to create a paint drip going up from the bottom on the ring finger. I thought that was super cute. So if you enjoyed today's video, definitely smash that like button for me. Comment down below, let me know what you think of these gel polishes or this unique nail design. If you're enjoying my content and you're not already subscribed, consider subscribing. That way you could click that bell for notifications and YouTube will let you know when I post new content. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you enjoyed this nail design. These are one of my favorite sets of nails I've ever done. I just love the super bright colors. If you love these gel polishes and you want to get your hands on these, this will be linked down below for you guys so you can go check out BornPretty's products. They are absolutely amazing. I love the way they work. I love the no odor in these gel products. I love the way they cure, and you just get beautiful results. Also, I have a discount code, JAMIEHNAILS. That will save you 10% on your purchase, so definitely take advantage of that. Everybody wants to save those coins, so definitely take advantage of that discount code if you're going to purchase some products. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.